Hello everyone, and this is my reaction to My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 5. Last time, we continued the first match with Class A and Class B with Shinso on Class A's team. And so, his experience was showing a bit where they spend their entire prep time explaining how Shinso's quirk works and not getting time to properly plan. And then we saw that Shinso was not able to properly keep up with how the battle was going on, and he kept underestimating how things would happen. But he managed to adapt through, and with the help of his teammates, they managed to pull a win over Class B. So first, Kirishima and Koda got taken by Class B, but Su managed to get the Airgun Press guy, Suburama. So it was not 3 on 3, but Class B just needed to capture two people to win, but Class A needed to capture all three. So they used Su's slimy mucus to cover their bodies and make it hard for Shishita to tell who was who because all three of them smell like Su and he couldn't tell who was who. So they fooled that, and then Kaminari purposely let himself get captured so that he could zap them all at once. But Shiozaki managed to stop him at the last second, and it seemed like he got taken down. But then Shinzo managed to mind control her, and I think he managed to free Kaminari. I'm not sure. But then, because they couldn't tell when that was actually them or when it was Shinzo, Shishiro got paranoid, ignored his teammate altogether, and tried to go after Shinzo himself. So after they broke down their communication, it wasn't too hard to take them down. So Tsu managed to take down the guy who had the dragon scales, and Shinzo was having trouble with Shishida. And at first, Shishida thought Shinzo was imitating his teammate's voice, but by the time he realized that wasn't the case and Tsu was coming at them, it was too late, and they managed to take them all down. And they said Shinzo wasn't behind. He said he was, but they think he's farther ahead than they think, and he considers them on their level already. Well, kind of. Like, at the very least, Shishida said he's a proper threat, and Asui says that he isn't behind at all. He still says he's nowhere near where he needs to be, though. And Vlad King, while he was giving the bias commentary, had no choice but to admit that Class A won the first round. So now it's going to be the second round of Class A versus Class B. There's going to be 5 matches, so now it's time for match number 2. So let's see how match number 2 turns out now on My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia, Season 5, Episode 5, English dubbed.
Explain what you learned or would do differently.
Well, if I'm not brawling with my enemies, then my quirk ends up kind of useless. If that had been real, Shiozaki would have just murdered me before I ever hit the ground.
I need to be able to give more detailed instructions to the bugs I call.
And I pretty much killed it.
Nah.
Koda and Kirishima quick. It was a blow to our team's morale. I wish we could have won without losing anybody, but we were sloppy out there.
The binding cloth. I couldn't even use 1/10 of what I'd learned from you. It's so frustrating. It took me 6 years to master.
6 years?
Move on, but don't forget this feeling.
The two who went through work studies dug deep in their reflections.
It's not surprising. I heard it was a pretty intense raid.
It
Your
was.
experience fighting like that, it changes the way you think and how you approach a battle. Even a training battle like this, I guess.
Kirishima, you should focus on forcing your opponent into a head-on fight.
Yes, sir.
Koda, it's exactly as you said. Increase the accuracy with which you control animals. Kaminari, you weren't serious at the start. Are you only strong if your team's in trouble?
No.
Asui, focus on how to recover from a mistake instead of the mistake itself.
Yes, sir.
Yet instead of getting dismayed, he's replaying the match in his head to find ways to improve his performance.
Nice.
So that he dominates the next match.
Shinso, buddy, let's come up with a plan to make Class A cry like toddlers. Something that'll really ruin their lives.
He's just talking to himself. We should start coming up with a plan too.
I am?
Bako is not strategizing, is he?
Let's get on the same page.
The page is, stay out of my way.
Of course.
Their team's dead. I'll blow them straight to hell. I don't need you.
We can say the
Bako, he says that, but in the end, he always gets the help.
Injured students should see the nurse. Humans are inferior beings whose parts can't be replaced.
Feel
Oi!
such passion, such vigor, like a spring awakening.
It's winter, though.
Whatever.
A few even fought against the Shie Hasaikai.
Oh, I remember that moment so much. Candied
In the
apple.
midst of all these events and troubles, they pushed on earnestly, reaching toward their goals. I'd wager he's eager to show off.
This idiot. Operation New Improv moves.
After we were in that commercial during our internship?
Yeah.
The put us in the same category. Our fans have pushed us into a box.
Into a box?
Not quite like that.
It's like when people think idols in the same group are all alike.
Idolatry. A troubling ritual.
Look, if I'm being honest, I want to be my own hero. Which is why I'm dying to try my hand against you today.
Alright. You're the girl who can use giant hands.
Your quirk lets you merge with darkness and move freely within it.
Ooh.
We are brothers in the shadows.
Oh.
Okay.
You have also stared into the abyss?
Long live eternal darkness, friend.
Team Kendo, tear them to pieces!
Hey.
Start the second
Glad.
match!
That was a biased commentary!
Real.
K-Team, let's go!
Kendo seems like a really important part of your class dynamic.
Yeah! She gets the job done no matter what! Why are you yelling? That's our brilliant class representative for you. She's also brave, risking herself on the front lines when others are
Yeah, I remember that.
Not to mention her attitude rocks! Without her, we would have killed Monomar and become a bunch of fools like him by now!
Uncalled for.
No, probably not.
Now, Dark Shadow,
Got it!
report back when you find the enemy.
Leave it to me!
What's with the animation? It's so much better this season. Like the way it goes through all the backgrounds.
I'll take care of whoever I can catch first!
Leave it to you, Kuroriro!
Okay. Oh no. Merging with darkness.
Into the abyss.
Oh no! He's going into Dark Shadow.
Speaking of,
Oh no! He took over Dark Shadow.
Stand back!
Yeah. Yep. He's in you. Oh, poor Dark Shadow.
don't.
Your legs, no!
Kagakure! Warp refraction! Seize!
Back to me!
There we go.
Kuroriro!
Nice. Oh no. Oh.
Escaped into the shadows. So that's his power in action.
That's a pretty.
Space Shihai Kuruiro.
Kuruiro.
Dark.
Dark.
He can melt into shadows immediately. And by developing his quirk, he's become able to move through the darkness. But it has to be something stationary in order for him to zip around.
That's amazing.
I see. Fated rivals. Very well.
Oh!
I'll use your challenge to reveal something. A move I discovered working with Hawks.
I love that outfit.
Dark Fallen Angel.
Dark Fallen Angel. I like his outfit when he doesn't have a cloak on. So flashback time then?
I could easily get 300 mil for...
Hawks.
Thanks. I'll take these. Let's take this guy in. It's our job as sidekicks.
Only because Hawks is too fast.
You gotta admit, though, it is an efficient system.
Apparently,
efficient.
I was the first student Hawks ever made an offer to after the sports festival.
Oh.
During the internship, I chased after him constantly.
Man.
Questions arose in me. Why'd you ask me to intern with you in the first place?
We're birds of a feather.
What?
Is that a joke?
Nope, I'm 20% serious.
20%.
Half of the reason was because I wanted to talk to someone from Class 1A. I'm interested in those thugs from the League of Villains who attack you. I figured I might as well find a solid recruit who could keep up with me. Now then, why don't we start with how the first attack went down at the USJ?
As I told him about the details of our encounter, my frustration started to simmer.
Oh man.
I'm not a messenger pigeon.
Oh, you are
The
not.
week-long internship ended without me learning a thing.
That wasn't the work study.
The pro who moves too fast took me under his wing again.
Oh yeah.
Since the internship, my class at UA had experienced many trials. Don't look down on me, number 3.
Oh.
No. Now the number 2 hero.
That Tsukiyomi's going all out!
He's definitely got potential.
Tokiyami, you got a sec? Let's take this to the sky.
Oh.
Hawks!
Whoa! He's taking you? Like that? Oh man.
It's like we're one with the wind.
Is this your first time flying? I
I,
asked you back 20% for your quirk, birds of a feather and all that. And 50% was for info on the league. But that last 30, Well, to be frank, it's because I thought you were wasting your true potential. Nothing beats a bird's eye view.
I'm wasting my potential?
What do you mean?
It's good to put effort into beefing up your short-range combat weaknesses, but you shouldn't forget about what you're good at. Use your quirk to move more freely.
Move more freely.
Those of us who can fly should fly.
So Dark Shadow can.
There's no need to be stuck on the ground with everyone else.
Ah. So.
I'll use your challenge to reveal something.
You and I share a destiny.
He's after you.
In the shadows. I set an emotional trap before the match even started. You probably think the one I'm after is my supposed rival, Fumikage Tokoyami.
Oh, he's not?
But that's not true.
Oh.
And misdirection is the key to my design.
Oh, man. Oh! He fooled you all. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's crazy.
Did you think I was slow? Dark Shadow.
Wings?
Dark Fallen Angel.
Oh.
Wait, he can fly? Look at Tokoyami go!
Awesome.
Dark Shadow is always floating, so he can hold on to Tokoyami and carry him through the air.
Oh my gosh.
And by covering himself with a cape, Tokoyami can block the light that weakens his quirk in order to achieve a continuously high output. Plus,
awesome.
If I hold, Tokoyami's hands remain free to do whatever he needs.
Alright then. This is awesome.
Forget about what you're good at.
Hawks, I thank you.
Oh. He helped you in the end.
I will fly even higher.
An unexpected
Fly.
move.
Fly, my friend.
Name was a failure.
Naval buffet!
Buffet. Where are you now? There. I love the way the camera moves in this. Where were the other teammates? Where's Kendo? What the?
So it's true. Kendo is better than you.
What do you mean?
If we see too much light, then plan A fails. So
If.
we start plan B. Cute little mushrooms for everybody.
I kind of felt like it was supposed to end, but I didn't think that's how it would end. That ending felt a bit strange. That felt like such a short episode. I think one thing that this show does really well is that it's very consistent with the way it develops its side characters. Like shows like Naruto, for example, only develop a handful of side characters. A lot of them get forgotten or like don't learn anything new. But this, it seems like the characters, like pretty much all of them, are constantly growing, constantly learning new things. And they also keep flashing back to events that happened in earlier seasons to show how they're going. Like for Tokoyami, they mentioned the sports festival, and we never actually saw what happened during his internship in season 2. So he actually did it with Hawks, and he didn't seem to like it very much. He was constantly trailing behind Hawks. He was more like the errand boy, the delivery pigeon, and he didn't like that at all. He wanted to do more than that, and as a result, he came to not like his internship at all. It made him angry. And later on, Hawks picked him again for a work study. He said 20% of it was serious, 50% of it was because he wanted information about the League of Villains, and then the last 30% was because he wanted to show him that he's not living up to his potential. It's improving his combat ability is good, but he said birds shouldn't be tethered to just the ground. They should be able to fly and be free, and he is trying to show him his full potential. So he came up with a new pretty cool move that he used to go after Kurohiro, the guy from Class B who can go through darkness. And so they also had Kendo on their team, and Kendo mentioned how her and Yayo Rozu were doing the shampoo thing in the commercial, and about how people put them in a box together. And so now they're both trying to break out of that box and be their own person. And so Tetsu described Kendo as their class's big sister. And I think they've mentioned that before, that Kendo's like their big sister. And they also flash back to when Kendo and Tetsu went after the smoke guy during the camp earlier. So I just love all these callbacks to earlier seasons. The relationship between characters that were forming beforehand, and how they're now coming back over here in some small yet effective ways. Like the Tetsu part, the Shinso part with Midoriya and everybody else remembering how that turns out. Oh, and also in the beginning when they were talking about where they went wrong, Kirishima and Sue went more in depth and they thought maybe the work study with Shie Hasaikai gave them better insight about themselves and how they can improve. Because that was quite an incident to take place. Like, that was like a real legitimate threat that they had to go and stop. And that was also the first time Infinite 100% also happened. So yeah, so you can see how they improved. And Kaminari thought he did everything right, but he got too sloppy at the start, and that's where they messed up. And Shinso, Alma thought it was interesting that instead of sulking over where he went wrong, he's doing battle simulations in his head to try and figure out ways he can improve. Aizawa said it took him 6 years to master the binding cloth. It's a long time. I wonder how long it'll take Shinso to do it. Seeing as he's already strategizing and trying to prepare for his next match, which is going to be against Midoriya's team, that's going to be interesting. He'll probably perform better in that match than he did over here, and will prove to be an even more challenging opponent for Midoriya this time, and not just because of his voice modulator thing. I wonder if we get another vision to the Vestiges like he did during the first match. If he mind controls him, will something like that happen again maybe during the match? I guess I'll wait and find out. Well, it's going to be a while because we're still in the second match over here. So yeah, so Kurohiro can travel through darkness. The way he just grabbed Aoyama and just carried him through the pipes, that was pretty crazy. And I mentioned this last time also, but the animation in this season is so much better. Like the way the camera moves through all the environments, the way they show the stuff moving through all the environments. I'm pretty sure they didn't do that a lot last season, and now they've done it for 2 episodes in a row. How far are they going to take it? Well, either way, it's going to be awesome to see that. And then, okay. Yeah, so all four of them focus on Kurohiro, and none of them were seeing what Kendo and the others were doing. And the mushroom girl is now putting mushrooms all over them. I'm not sure how that's going to affect them. Maybe she'll make them too heavy or something, like with too many mushrooms, they won't be able to move anywhere. And I just wonder what Kendo's plan is. It seems like she may be about to one-up Momo. I'm not sure how she's going to do it. Well, that mushroom girl is definitely helping out. And because of those mushrooms, Hagakure's invisibility is pretty much useless right now. Because now if they see floating mushrooms, they'll know straight away that it's her. Her warp refraction can help blind them, but once they find a way around it, she's going to be in trouble. And they have to find another way to do it. So somehow they're going to have to find a way to deal with Kendo thanks to Dark Shadow's new ability. Seeing him able to fly like that was pretty cool. And I love the way they mentioned the concept too. Dark Shadow has always been able to levitate, but this time he just carries Tokoyami and levitates while carrying him too. So that's a cool way to add it in there. It is a pretty simple concept when he finally explained it. And the way people are staring at him while he explained it. Midoriya. So yeah, this was great. It was good to see more from Tokoyami. We finally got to see what he learned from Hawks. That new improv move was cool. But now, how are they going to stop Kendo next time? We have to find out how the match continues next time, along with Vlad's yet more biased commentary. So let's see how all that continues next time on My Hero Academia. Thank you for watching my reaction to this episode, and I will see you all next time. Bye.